midst of love and romance, there are tales that send chills down your spine. As Valentine's Day approaches, we celebrate the bonds of affection, the warmth of companionship, and the sweetness of love. But intertwined with these tender moments are stories that lurk in the shadows, stories that transform this day of hearts into a chilling tableau of terror. Today, we'll be sharing 3 such stories, each one a chilling testament to the darker side of Valentine's Day. First, we have the haunting tale of a love letter, simple in its intent but sinister in its outcome. Then we explore the infamous Valentine's Day massacre, a horrific event that forever stained the day with blood and fear. Lastly, we unwrap the mystery of a heart-shaped box and the chilling secret it holds. Join us, if you dare, as we delve into these terrifying tales of Valentine's Day. Our initial narrative begins with what appears to be a harmless love letter. Emily, a soft-spoken woman residing in a tranquil town, was the recipient of an anonymous letter on Valentine's Day. The envelope was nondescript, but inside was a beautifully crafted letter full of declarations of eternal love and admiration. It was sweet yet oddly discomforting, as Emily had no idea who her secret admirer was. The days turned into weeks, and the letters never stopped. They became more intense, laced with a disturbing level of obsession that was more terrifying than charming. The sender appeared to have intimate knowledge of Emily's daily life, her outfits, her conversations, her routines. It was as if the writer was always in close proximity, always observing. Emily's existence slowly devolved into a living nightmare, as the sense of security she once found in her town was replaced with an overwhelming fear and paranoia. The once peaceful town now seemed ominously silent. Every rustle of the leaves, every moving shadow seemed like a potential threat. The anonymous admirer had transformed into a faceless stalker, with his letters serving as an eerie reminder of his unseen but palpable presence. Emily's home, once her sanctuary, now felt like a prison. She had the chilling sensation of being constantly watched, pursued, much like a deer aware of the lurking predator. Then, on Valentine's Day, a year after the first letter, the horrific climax unfolded. On her doorstep, Emily found a letter distinct from the others. This one was written in red, a shade disturbingly akin to blood. The letter laid out details for a rendezvous at a local park, a chance for Emily to finally put a face to the words. The stalker's final promise chilled her to the bone. "I'll be waiting, my love." But Emily was no helpless victim. She reached out to the local police department, providing them with every chilling letter and detailing her growing fear. The police took it seriously, launching a full-scale investigation, tracing the letters, interviewing potential suspects, and arranging a trap for this unwanted pursuer. On the night of the proposed meeting, they caught a man lurking in the shadows of the park. The man from Emily's past, a former classmate who had been nurturing an unhealthy obsession for, was apprehended. Emily's terrifying journey ended that night, but the memory of those disturbing love letters is still vivid and haunting. Thus, our story serves as a chilling warning of how love can morph into a sinister obsession, turning an ordinary life into a terrifying emblem of a horror story. Their Valentine's Day evening had started as a picture of romance. Lucy, enchanting schoolteacher, had orchestrated a quiet evening, transforming their quaint living room into a cozy bistro for 2. Tom, a daring and innovative architect, had thoughtfully chosen a beautifully crafted pendant as a surprise gift. Their candlelit dinner was a feast of homemade delicacies, accompanied by their favorite wine, the soft music playing in the background and flickering candlelight adding to the warmth of the scene. Every detail was a testament to their love for each other. The tranquility of their evening was abruptly disrupted by a knock at the door. A man, drenched by the rain, pleaded for assistance, claiming his car had broken down. Overwhelmed by compassion, they unsuspectingly allowed him into their sanctuary. But soon, their haven of love was irrevocably violated. The stranger, now inside their home, revealed his deadly weapon. Fear replaced the romantic atmosphere. Their cozy home instantly mutated into a terrifying crime scene. The ensuing moments were a haze of unimaginable terror. The intruder, erratic and unstable, demanded money, valuables, anything they could give him. Tom, despite his fear, tried to keep the intruder engaged, using the skills mastered during high-stress architectural negotiations. Lucy, on the other hand, relied on her instincts, subtly reaching for their home security system and triggering an emergency alert. The The alarm silently sent a distress signal to the local police station. The couple's quick thinking created a buffer of time, stretching each second till the authorities could arrive. Their courage outshone their fear. Tom, stalling the intruder with conversation and helping maintain the illusion of compliance, managed to keep the situation from escalating. It was a terrifying dance, a drawn-out game of cat and mouse. When the police finally arrived, they swooped in with precision, apprehending the intruder and securing the premises. The aftermath of the Valentine's Day massacre was haunting. Their intimate and secure home now bore the scars of the intruder's violent disruption. The emotional trauma was profound, shaking them to their very core. Their journey towards healing was steep, but their love for each other remained unwavering. Leaned on each other for support, their bond only strengthening in the face of this adversity. The Valentine's Day massacre served as a grim reminder that danger can lurk anywhere, even amidst the warmth of love and romance. Lucy and Tom survived the ordeal, their love standing defiantly against the horror had befallen them, but their lives and their perception of Valentine's Day had been irrevocably altered. A day of love forever marred by fear and violence. Our climactic story involves an ominous, heart-shaped box, far removed from the conventional suites. It housed a nightmare. The event unfolds in the serene town of Haverhill, where an unsuspecting man named Oliver found himself in the epicenter of a Valentine's Day he would eternally remember. It all began harmlessly, with a heart-shaped box, enveloped in deep red velvet, appearing at his front door. There was no name of the sender and no message attached, just a mysterious box exuding a faint whiff of roses. Oliver, under the impression it was a belated Valentine's Day gift, decided to unravel the mystery, only to be met with a sight so ghastly it could churn the strongest of stomachs. Inside was not a delightful assortment of chocolates or adorable tokens of love. Instead, it was a horrifying gift of the most malevolent kind. A human heart, perfectly preserved and chillingly still, was nestled within the confines of the box. The shock hit Oliver like a punch in the gut. The horror crept into his soul like a cold winter night. The box slipped from his trembling hands, the macabre contents spilled onto the polished wooden floor of his living room. The local police were promptly alerted. Their subsequent investigation began to weave a spine-chilling narrative. They identified the heart as belonging to a local woman who had mysteriously disappeared just days prior. The trail of the box led back to a nondescript gift shop in a neighboring town, but the identity of the sender was lost in the shadows, an enigmatic figure on the fringes of an unsolved crime. The once peaceful town was now paralyzed by fear. The tranquility of their daily lives was shattered like glass by this grim revelation. Oliver, formerly a beacon of cheerfulness and positivity, had transformed into a hollow version of himself, tormented by the harrowing memory of the heart-shaped box. As days blurred into weeks and weeks faded into months, the police investigation began to lose momentum. The perpetrator remained elusive. The story of the heart-shaped box evolved into a local legend, an eerie testament to the darkness that can hide the deceptive facade of love and affection. And so, we arrive at the end of our saga. A stark reminder that not all Valentine's Day gifts are symbols of love. As we traverse the complex web of love, we should bear in mind that the heart is not just an organ of profound love, but a vulnerable entity, susceptible to unimaginable horror. Valentine's Day, a day of love, can sometimes be a day of unspeakable horror. As we've journeyed through these tales, we've seen the chilling reality that not all love stories end happily. The chilled Valentine's tale brought us face to face with the icy grip of obsession, while the love letter showed us the terrifying consequences of misguided affection. The Valentine's Day massacre reminded us of the gruesome darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of passion, and the heart-shaped box revealed the horrifying depths of deception and betrayal. These are not just stories. They are stark reminders of the darker side of human nature, the chilling truth that even a day dedicated to love and affection can turn into a nightmare. It's a sobering thought as we approach the heart-filled holiday. Remember, as you celebrate love this Valentine's Day, to stay safe and be aware. For the world is full of stories that are far scarier than any horror movie.